Hey guys, welcome back to Grim Productions, and today I'm going to be doing episode 2 of this little theme theory series I have for 2023 Spirit Halloween. Now today's episode, if you can't already tell, is based on a circus or clown side of sort of a theme. A lot of people have mentioned this in the comment section of some of my recent videos, and I mean a lot of you guys have. I just did that little intro there for some of my first commenters who commented a circus or clown theme. I got a little bit more than that, not surprisingly, so it is really cool that you guys are actually supporting this idea. And honestly, I think if we honestly support this idea enough, Spirit could do it maybe in the future, as in 2023 or later. But basically, if you don't really know what this series is, it's basically where I talk about a certain theme, when it can come to Spirit Halloween, if it does, and if it returns or comes to Spirit Halloween, how would they make it, what would they do to make it really cool and modern for their standards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the clown theme for Spirit Halloween 2023 theme theory. So as I'm sure a lot of you hardcore Spirit Halloween fans know, back in 2013, for Spirit Halloween's 30th anniversary, they did the Clown Train, one of the most beloved themes in Spirit Halloween's history. This is the second theme that we have had out of their entire history that has been around clowns, centered around clowns specifically, or any kind of circus theme. Now, of course, this theme was, more around a circus train kind of act, one of those trains that kind of just stops in the middle of nowhere and builds a circus around it. That's kind of what this was supposed to be, and it had a lot of iconic animatronics like Wacky Mole, Bloody Bag of Jokes, Silent and Deadly, Dead Humor, all those classic clowns, and a couple other props too, which were really cool, and a lot of them they actually brought back. But I can totally see them bringing back more of these actual animatronics from this theme if they were to do a clown theme for next year or upcoming in the future, such as Dead Humor and Silent and Deadly, and just kind of bringing back the entire clown train slowly as the years go on. And I think that would be a pretty cool idea, actually. It would give the fans basically a chance to kind of rebuy the entire Clown Train theme or characters if they never even got the chance to do it, which a lot of people didn't, because a lot of new fans nowadays didn't really get to experience the Clown Train. Luckily, I did get to experience it a couple of times. I was really young though, so I don't remember too much. But I think if they were to bring another clown theme back, it would be really cool. Now, here's what I think that they can do with it though. I definitely don't think they're going to be doing another circus kind of theme. I think they are going to probably stray away from that, and I think instead, for what they can do for clowns specifically, is an amusement park kind of style theme. I did get some comments on an amusement park and not necessarily a circus or carnival, and I feel like an amusement park would be really cool to do, because you can do so much stuff with the rides, roller coasters, stuff like that. I feel like one of the main centerpieces that they can do for a amusement park is a merry-go-round in the middle of the store, and have different clowns or animatronics in the merry-go-round, and I feel like that would be really awesome to do that. And it could be a really big display. Of course, it won't be the only thing that they can do. They can do popcorn stands and little I guess just carnival or theme park style games that Six Flags might have or something. And I think would be really cool, especially depending on I guess what they might do for their 40th anniversary, is a border kind of going around the theme to kind of make it more immersive. And I feel like if they do this a border idea kind of circling around the theme, it could be almost a big roller coaster kind of circling it, a big rundown roller coaster, and then you can kind of walk through the border or through the wall area to kind of get out of the theme, and it could be a really cool experience. I feel like they can make it look really cool, maybe even for the back theme, it can be some kind of circus tent with, of course, the screens they usually put in the back theme. And they can do a lot of really cool things, I feel like, with a amusement park or just something along the lines of that. There is just a lot that goes on in amusement parks, and I feel like they can add a lot of visuals, a lot of sounds, especially sounds. I feel like would be the key element of this, that and lighting too, which is of course I think what I said back in the Asylum video, of lighting, but I feel like for this one specifically, it would have to be with sounds, because whenever you go into an amusement park or carnival of any kind, you hear a bunch of noises, a bunch of sounds, whether it's like ringing bells or kids yelling or laughing or something. You hear a lot of this stuff, and I feel like they can take all this audio from actual real world amusement parks, and they can somehow find a way to make it creepy. I feel like maybe have like a creepy audio track of kids laughing or something in the background would fit really well with this. The only thing with doing a amusement park is that it is a very specific theme. You really can only do a couple of different kinds of monsters and characters inside of a amusement park theme. You can do like clowns, obviously, possibly like animals or some kind, like a freak show kind of thing. That's honestly kind of about it that would actually fit inside of an amusement park and not look out of place. Of course, we do have a lot of props that kind of do look a little out of place in these themes, but the thing about like a science lab or a factory is you can fit a lot of props in those of different characters, and this kind of might even work with an asylum, like I said in my last video. But with an amusement park or carnival, you can't really have that much stuff like expanding out without it looking a little out of place. Like, imagine having like Bog Zombie inside of a circus or amusement park. It would just look really, really weird. Now, of course, those, they can have those in a different theme if they for some reason do multiple themes for next year in the future years or something. But I definitely think for a clown loaded year that would actually make a little bit more sense in like 2020, an amusement park or some kind of circus theme would definitely be a good idea. But kind of going back to that idea that I had originally of the like border wall thing, I feel like that would be just such a good idea to do, and it would fit really well with an amusement park, because usually amusement parks have some kind of like big fencing that goes around them, of course, to kind of keep the rest of, I guess, the busy area like away from it. Specifically, I guess whenever you're going down like a highway or something and you pass by a carnival or an amusement park of some kind, you usually see like a big giant roller coaster kind of covering the rest of the park. You can't really see what's behind the roller coaster. It's just you see the big coaster, and that's kind of what draws your attention. And I feel like that would be really, really cool if they can somehow mimic that, of course with a smaller scale, maybe probably like cardboard or some kind of whatever they're going to use for the themes now, just in a mimic of that, I guess, style of it kind of circling around. And I feel like it would force the customers to have to go in and step into the theme, and it would make it so much more immersive and cooler. And this could be used for honestly any theme. Going back to the asylum that I did for my last video, if they actually do something like this, having like a electrical fencing around the asylum would actually be pretty cool, and like I said, just a lot more immersive, and kind of distancing it away from the rest of the store and the costumes and stuff. Of course, it would be a little bit busy in there with a fencing or some kind of border around it, but I think it would be really, really cool and fun if they definitely do that. Honestly, I might make a whole separate video about that though in the future. Anyways, guys, that's all of my ideas that I have for an amusement park or some kind of carnival, clown theme, whatever. If they were to bring one back, this is, I think, how they would probably do it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.